is Tim Albright with AVNation with the Road to InfoComm. InfoComm 2023 happens the 14th through the 16th of June. And with me to talk about Visionary and their booth is Mr. Scott Freshman from Visionary. Welcome, sir.
Thanks, Tim.
Good to see you. Good to see you always. And we get to see you in Orlando. 3761 is where we will find the Visionary booth and you and a whole lot of new people. So when we walk into 3761, Scott, what will we find?
We're excited to have announced recently our next generation AV over IP endpoints. We're calling them the 5000 series endpoints. Very exciting. Standard PoE power, 4K 60, 444, 1 gigabit AV over IP solution. Very similar to our previous line of duet products, we call them. All of the same I/O, same wall plate form factor, same power footprint, just with some enhanced features. And we're pretty excited about that.
Scott, talk for a second, because one of the things that Visionary is known for is lower power. Your power consumption is lower than the average ordinary AV over IP. You just said something there, though, that's very intriguing, and that's the fact that you guys have got 4K 6444. Talk about the evolution that got you guys there.
Basically, back in 2016, when AV over IP was really gaining traction, back in the day it was called convergence, and we're replacing HD-based-T and fixed matrix switchers. Now that's very actively happening. To do 4K 60 444 on a gigabit pipe back then required a lot of power and FPGAs, and some companies did that and had products and have been shipping products in the market for a long time with that. But those, again, required more power. They required a fan. They required, PoE, BT, and much more expensive infrastructure. We decided at the time that it was more important to be able to use a low power device, which allowed us to get into the wall plate form factor much sooner than others in that. So what's happened over the last 6-7 years is finally the technology has evolved enough where we can do 4K 60 444 now on a gigabit pipe using that standard PoE footprint. And that's because we use a system on a chip as opposed to an FPGA to do that. So we're excited about that. The technology has really advanced. It really was the kind of the tip of the sword in terms of what AV over IP products could do. If you wanted to do 4K 60 444 before now, you had to have a high power device. Yep. And if you wanted a wall plate, for example, you had to have a low power device. So we're moving into the future.
Yeah, I like that. Something else that we're not going to ask who, because some of NDAs and all that jazz, but you do have some pretty high profile, high powered folks coming on. Talk about what that's going to allow you and Visionary to do.
Right. So we've been growing rapidly over the last few years, being that we were one of the few manufacturers that were able to ship continuously through the pandemic, and so we've benefited significantly from that growth, and we are bringing on more resources, human resources, to focus on some strategic accounts. We're bringing on a director of strategic accounts to focus on some of the larger integration partners that need that type of attention. And we're bringing on some engineering and support people that have an extensive background in the AV industry. So we're excited about that. They will all be at InfoComm for everyone to meet.
3761 is where we will find them and you, Scott. Not everybody's going to get to go to Florida, so if they're not going to InfoComm, but they want to follow along with everything that Visionary will be talking about that week, how do they do that?
Come to our website at visionary-av.com.
All right, very good. Scott Freshman from Visionary. We'll find them at 3761. For us, for AVNation, you can go by our website, avnation.tv, avnation.tv, and follow along as we also head to Orlando for InfoComm 2023, the 14th through the 16th of June. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.